it's just beautiful to watch Mary, our pianist. She's been coming here, I think, for a really long time. She was baptized at this church, and she's watched it change over time, and she's been able to go through with all that change. And it's just encouraging watching her come every single week and play that piano so well and so beautifully. And it's just, I know that's her way of serving God, and it's just beautiful to see how consistent she is every single day. And it just makes me want to be better.
What role has the church played in your life?
Well, it's just part of my living, boy. I mean, we had a lot going on. I socially and, of course, spiritually. Well, it's just been very important to my whole family. My mom and my dad were some of the people who organized this congregation. And black people came out here from the South, attracted by railroad jobs. And one of the main persons was Elijah Harris. And he, I think, came from, Alabama. Anyway, and so many of them came out here for that. And that's what, and there wasn't a Baptist congregation here at the time. And so many of them were Baptists. And so they attended a church called AME, African Methodist Episcopal. And then they decided they were going to do their own thing. So they did. That's when they started. They built the basement. And they got somebody, the pastor, the man who became the pastor of it, was here. And he got in contact with the union here and asked them to help build the basement. And they did. And the only thing they charged was for their meals. And that existed as the church congregated there until 1950. That started in 1921 and 1950.
Did they used to do the baptisms over in a irrigation canal?
You bet. That's where I was baptized.
Over on High Line.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell me a little bit about that.
This is something else, because I remember the day I was baptized, myself and some other youngsters, there were all kinds, I don't know what those creatures were. The ground was loaded with creepy crawling somebodies. And we were constantly doing this. And anyway, when my turn to be baptized and the pastor put me under and I came up fighting him, because they said, close your eyes. And I didn't close my eyes when I went under. I came up. One of the women of the church, Mrs. Listoria Harris, her husband was a deacon. She played piano, and she taught some of us piano. And she taught me piano.
Does it give you great joy to play the piano for the church?
Yeah, and there was another member, her name was Gloria Johnson, and she lives in Sacramento. She was one, too, that was taught the piano, and we used to take turns playing for the choir. Well, I think someone said something about NAACP used to hold meetings here. It was allowed here, and we got involved in that, and some of the members were presidents. Yeah. We couldn't, there were certain movie theaters we couldn't, we couldn't sit in certain places. The Rialto down there on the center. We had to sit in the back corner up and underneath the balcony.
The Orpheum.
And the Orpheum, I don't know where, I didn't know it just did that. The Capitol, either the Capitol or Orpheum had us sit in a certain place. I think one of them had us sit in the balcony. Mm-hmm. And the chief never did do that to us at all.